Pretty simple recap, I think. Last time, started working on this spider boss, got it to a very rudimentary state. Haven't worked on the spider boss at all since then. Off stream, I've been filling out more of the items and adding more controls to the sandbox level. Um, where a lot of the effort went towards music, getting sound banks generated for all the music we're planning to use in the game. Um, and setting up toggles for that in the sandbox level. So yeah, let me hop in the sandbox level really quick here. I can pause this other music. So yeah, we got all the music here. I didn't worry about finding the best possible icon to match all of them or whatever. Just because it's a functional debug level. But so yeah, it goes like the meadow, then the two bosses of the meadow. You got the Rat King, and the Burrower. Then just goes to woods. Yeah, it's got that like a bit of a heavier ambience there. Like it, been to the woods a couple times. Bees. And the spider. Oh, I guess we can. I bet the spider is on a placeholder music, and we can probably switch it over to the real music because we have it in here. So that's the bee. Here's the spider. So yeah, after the woods, we go into like Snowy Peaks. It's here. It's kind of a bit more melodic bass line there, but also got sort of the higher pitch. What's it called? Like ambience going. Got the bird boss and the frozen boss. And then we go to the space level, which like gets a little bit of weirdness. It sounds like vast and echoey. Good stuff there. Then you have the Moonmen boss. And the Cosmic boss. Then it would go to the Vine level here. She's like the little bit of final level before the final bosses. Well, this kind of has a similar vibe to the Risk of Rain I was just listening to. Where it's like kind of deep and rich. But also like calm before the storm type vibes. Then the second to last boss here. Just I think is like dire stakes type vibes. And then the last bit here is just the title screen music. And then like for the purposes of like maybe feedback, asking some people what they think. You can give access to this version. Just some controls here to swap between possibilities for jump and dash sounds. Sort of a variety of options there. Anyway, where do I put on? How about this one? I think I expanded this item UI this week as well, where it now like shows the item information similar to how it would in the shop. Because I was just thinking about it when I was just like randomly clicking these things, it wouldn't jump out at me if there were some significant problem with any of those entries. But now if I'm testing something, like it's gonna show up, right? And I think I added a few items related to combo and money. You got this is a combo block thing, more money, stuff with the bit ball. Also had the ability to spawn a bit ball in here. So yeah, really solid testing level that should make finishing up the items, as well as stuff like enemies and hazards. I'm planning to add icicles to the peaks that would fall down at you. What's the word? Yeah, hopefully this will pay dividends as I implement out the rest of the content. Because taking a look here. I don't want to put dates on this anymore because like I'm always overestimating what I can do, for being honest. But once we are done with those item changes, I'm just gonna do another round of sort of visual and audio polish, and that would be all that's left on the list for a public feedback version. That and what we're doing today, which is the spider boss, the other boss of the woods. So yeah, good segue there. Let's head over to our spider boss. I'm just pausing that music. So let's go to spider. Oh yeah, I don't know if I said the first, I didn't remember the exact state of it, so I'm just gonna make the first test here. Let's do a review of where we're at, what needs to happen. Let's break it up into little chunks and then cross them off. So yeah. So let's head over to the spider boss level. Okay. The tile map here is definitely pretty rough. So it looks like he has just the most basic form of movement, and then he gets stuck there. Okay, and it also would be my intention that this wall moves over to like block this alcove as a safe spot, but then because he's here, this wall moves over. So I guess we can start adding some tasks here. So it would be review stuck movement and move walls. Movement. I don't think we expect damage from items to work yet, yeah. Okay. And then while we're thinking of it, and it'll be so quick and easy, let's just switch this to spider. Does this play properly? No, it's not gonna. It's gonna crash the audio because we only changed the play event, and we did not change the level, like what level the sound bank is loading, or what sound bank the level is loading, I mean. So let's go to our spider bus level, change this burrow bank to, wow, why would you spawn there? It's so annoying. Spider bank. Okay. Now let's try it again, see if the audio crashes. Hopefully it won't. Yeah, sounds like it's the new music like we want. And his movement is very derpy. Probably clean that up. Let's put that out like towards the bottom. Clean up movement, speeds, animation. Let's let animation and clean up. Why is he getting stuck? Okay. So, if I remember correctly, like if we go back in our stream notes, I think there's a diagram of the attack. Yeah, we want the ability to spawn spiders on to spit at us. And I think the other bit was if you come at him from the front, he like bites you with dash break. So if you try and dash at his face, he's just gonna damage you. So that would be 3 bits, right? And I think the easiest one would be spider spawning attack. And then we also have the projectile spit attack, and then the hardest is probably the dash break reaction attack. This might need a 4th thing, but let's not worry about that for now. Sorry, one sec. And then I guess once we have those attacks in, the next thing would be to add in its health, like taking damage. After we can deal damage, we should do like ability scaling and phases. I think that's a pretty good list. This is already more than we can probably do in the like 2 to 3 hours, so I don't know if we need that. Like, that's probably not a complete list of every single thing you could possibly want to do for this guy, but it's a long enough list to give us plenty of stuff to do right now. Let's close that out. Let's call this evaluation done. And let's take a look at the first thing, which is reviewing the stuck movement and the spider and the wall stuff. Basically, get to a consistent looping movement. So he's not going to do any attacks, he's not going to take damage, but he should be able to like move around the arena in a way that's roughly, not polished, but roughly representative of how he's going to want to move. Alright, I reconnected there. I don't know what's happening with my internet. I'm not doing anything but this. I'm only streaming in 1080p. I do not know why I'm seeing cutouts. It is also warning me that it's unstable. So, oh, now it's good. All right, it was only. Yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating. I don't know what to do other than potentially call the internet company to complain. But like, I'm the only person in this household. On the end, like, this should be like, unless it's stuttering on playing music, this stream is the only process using any internet right now. Oh, whatever. What was I even? Right, alright, I was gonna look at the controller here, because the spider movement is stopping. And I think maybe that's like by design, like it just isn't set up to loop back around. let's see, let's follow our state machine here. So he starts in a place and he jumps down. He jumps, this is just like, so I can be lazy with jump parameters. So it says, I don't have to actually like, I mean, I have arcing projectiles elsewhere that just calculate how much X you need. So I can probably do that eventually, but this is basically a lazy arc where just stop your X when you find where you need to be. Then you're going to pause. Okay, so you jump down, then you pause for a second. And these are both either you jump the pause before or after a jump. So if you just jump down, then it's going to start walking across the platform. And then here in the walking case, it checks if you're close to the other side, in which case it does another pause to jump up to your new destination. And then it does that jump, but then we don't go back to jump down. So that's why it's getting stuck. So instead of jump down, I think this is what idle should be for. Oh wait, it starts at idle. Whereas if your state is idle, jump down. Okay, sure. So we already have a timer doing the transition from idle to down for us. So all we should have to do here is go into idle. I think, and that should lead, I mean, it might be janky, like maybe some assumption will break, but this should at least get him out of his, like, what's it called? Getting stuck. Oh yeah, come back. He couldn't really get up there, huh? Okay, so not. It looks like he. Okay, well for starters, it looks like we need to pause the attack timer because if it's happening at like random times, you get like weird, unpredictable behavior. Maybe we can play with that like weird, unpredictable behavior, but it should be on purpose, not like because it's random what the code is doing. So yeah, I guess to do bullet 1 is stop the attack timer when you're not in the idle state. And then to do bullet 2, we figure out why this left jump isn't working sometimes. Like, what's the deal with that? Is that just the attack timer as well? Yeah, let's fix that attack timer thing and see if it makes a significant difference. So first I want to increase the duration of the attack timer slightly. Just so it's more predictable behavior, like we know it's working or not. And then here, when we go into idle, we do nothing because it's on start. That's fine, we can leave that alone. But here, on this attack timer, when we go into jump down, that's when we pause attack timer. True. And then when we go back to idle here, oh wait, this is on start? Yeah, down here. Timer fall. Can we reset attack timer? Yeah, perfect. And pause attack timer, false. Maybe it should be in this order. Okay, so now instead of just running in the background all the time and causing random jumps, this attack timer should only be running in, like when he's in that, like one of his little cubbies here. And it seems like that's the case. And it looks like that, like, inability to jump left or whatever was in fact just a artifact of being of just the timer firing like randomly in his walk cycle. Okay, so it looks like can do the jump, but not to the upper platform. It's possible for the sake of simplicity, I just said like do the lower platform every time. And I'm not even trying to roll for the upper platform. Do jump. Jump up, jump from top, jump right. So I guess we just need a different force direction. But I think this is stupid and not gonna scale great. Like I don't see a huge benefit to like passing a set of booleans that basically just, you know, give you slightly like what do we this is the call we're saving. This is the call we're sharing. So I think I'm just gonna say jump up, and we can say B go right. We'll keep that one because that's just. Why are you saying this is? Oh, it needs right void. From middle platform to cubby, and then we can roll randomly. Will be target upper level equals random dot range 0 to 2 because it's range exclusive. I mean, kind of the same idea that we're doing here, but it's that randomly rolled thing. Okay. And maybe just like a bunch more force. I don't know, I'm just gonna see what this looks like. Alright, so we replace that common, like overly general call with say, hey, jump up. I mean, it's not like it's a significantly different setup here. Uh-oh, where's my spider? Oh, there he is. He jumps over. That's way too much force. Maybe use similar force capping. I wonder if he was trying to hit the upper level that time. Oh no, I guess that is. Yeah, so like 2 to 1 is not enough if we're like being realistic about like what that vector would be, right? Because if we're here at negative, let's say -4, -11, and we're trying to go to here to -6, like 2. That's 2/9. So it should be more like that. Um, it looks like we can do less force in this case, but this, instead of being like 1 to 2, it actually should be like, we'll say 2 to 9. It's, we should normalize it too. Can we just, I think it's just... Okay, so the previous jump setup was going more up than left, or like more vertical than horizontal. But it wasn't enough. It was just like not representative of what. Okay, we almost got there. He just needs a little bit more force there. And maybe to go even more up. Or maybe the problem was, I guess the problem ultimately was he didn't go left enough. So let's maybe leave the ratio, but just add a little bit more force. Ooh, that ain't it. Guess you need all that force, or like at least most of it. I think he can't move anymore, so he's broken. Alright, try again, Mr. Spider. Ugh. Man, why is it? I felt like it like blasted the back at 10.5, but maybe that was the other one and I didn't realize. I don't know. I should just integrate calculating the arcs. If I'm gonna have to like guess and test a bunch, it's just a waste of time to guess and test when I have code somewhere to calculate his jump arc. Yeah. I mean, like, this is roughly doing what I want, I guess. But it'll probably, there's a risk it gets wrong over time, and, like, it's so imprecise and dumb. See, like, there you go, he missed. Yeah, we're gonna need to go steal our art code from our arc shot or something. It's something like shoot this or something. Shoot target, I think, maybe? Okay, yeah, arc shot. Alright, what am I doing? Guess I don't use half pi. Okay. So this is... What does this really take to make this adapt? We have like a speed. What's this? Oh, it's just that. Okay. A target position, which is just a delta vector and a speed. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this into utility just with the parameters it needs to be generalized. So can say vector to origin. I guess it's fine. Vector 3 target and then float speed. Right? Oh, target minus origin. Okay. So we can get arc vector. I guess. And then here we can just get rid of this by just saying, hey, this is, well, we calculate delta here. Or no, we don't. We pass, oh, I guess utility is required. Did it not save or something? Get arc vector? I think I'm tapping into some utility I don't want to. Yeah, that's what's happening. Is this a util? No, it is utility. Huh. Boy, why is this giving me trouble? Oh, I know why. Because utility is specific to the project, and this shoot is in the common code. Yeah, that is like a large, not difficult, but tedious and time-consuming code organization problem. That basically stems from, you know, constantly underestimating how much the scope of this game. So there's just like a large amount of outstanding code that could be generalized that is not. And sometimes I get into this type of issue where a general thing just not like can't actually interact with something that has to be in the per game thing. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It just means you have code duplication. And this will stay, but over in Spider Boss controller, we're gonna use it for our jump. So we'll say private void. So instead of this, we still want to know if we're targeting the upper level because it'll help us pick a target position. But I guess apply jump force. Well, I think this actually just goes into jump up, maybe. So we have, here's our target upper level. I'm sure we can say if there's more force to work with or something. And then we get our target position, which I guess are basically these spider wall plus open positions. And it's going top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. So top left, top right. So if target upper level were 0 or 1, so I'll just say target pos index is equal to b target upper level. I guess we do this. Let me say b jump right. So up and we're jumping right would be top right. 1, else it would be 0, and then you jump right. So now we're jumping, still jumping right, but we're going to the lower level. So it'd be 3, 2. And then we can say 3 target pos is equal to m walls, target pos index, dot pos open. Okay. And then we can say utility calc or get jump or something, get arc something. Arc? Huh? Spider boss controllers should be accessible. So why can I not get arc vector? Oh, I can. Can I? Yeah, we're good. What do you take though? Origin, so that's spawn boss, transform dot position, and the target is target pos, and then the last bit is speed, which is this. Now, I think there's a version of this we might want to switch to, where, oh, this isn't static. That's why it wasn't showing up. I think there's a version of this where we care more about constraining a different parameter like height than force, and we can instead have it give us back a force, given a max height. Only see this new function if he jumps up, which if he doesn't do it a third time, I'm just gonna restart and force him to. I shouldn't have even left it to chance in hindsight. Oh, I'm dumb. Real dumb. Okay. Target upper level, just true. Always target the upper level for now. That's what we're testing. I wasn't paying attention. He did the thing I wanted and I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, so he's just like bumping on the side there, I guess. I don't think it's that big a deal. I think what if we just target this plus vector 2 up time. So that way he should roughly fall to the open position. He's trying to jump above it. Still no. I think it also needs to target like an average between open and closed. Something like this. That's a problem. Alright, let's see if that makes any difference. guess we can also use this to jump down, right? Might need to dial these back in one. Just to give him like a better angle to, it's just too tight. That is not hard to do. This is why I'm glad, or like I guess it's a good example of why it would have been dumb to finally like actually set up these tile maps correctly at this point. Yeah, it's not really it's just that he's hitting the top. What if I give him a little bit more space? See, I must be calculating the right index, right? Or it would be nowhere close. But at the same time, I feel like it's not actually making it where I would expect. Yeah. Maybe it just needs to... I'm trying to think if he had more force, he could get a sharper angle, right? Because it's ultimately calculating and part of where to land is an X. So let's say I give him 24. I give him... I think if I give him too much force, then he has to take a really sharp angle upward. Because... Yeah. Because he would just be moving over so much. So I guess he actually needs less force. Maybe... No, yeah, he's not even making it. We bring these down one. I guess it doesn't matter if he's still targeting the same spot. Okay, so basically it's not like checking the path of the arc for like where is and isn't a good place to jump. So it doesn't know it's gonna be blocked. So it needs like a little bit more towards a sweet spot of force. And then maybe I think we're probably fine to just target this pos open. And I don't even know if we need this because I was thinking about it and it's probably targeting the centers anyway, right? which is already off the ground. Oops, hit my mic there. I mean, yeah, if I unblock his path, that pretty much gets him there. Yeah, you can see it there. When he has the space, he lands perfectly where I want him to. Which I don't think this, like, these, like, little changes to the arena I'm making are anything, like, deal breaker-y. Like, it's not by any means ruining the original plan here. So if it is just a matter of some arena adjustments to get perfect jumps every time, like, let's make those adjustments. Boom, perfect jump. Now we can fix this other jump, right? Oh, I guess, well, we'll fix that in a second. So this jump down, it's still going through the do jump thing. So I'll put from middle platform to upper cubby. Oh no, either cubby, I guess. It's rolling randomly in this one. And then here we have private void jump down will be jump right. This is from cubby to middle platform. There's nothing to roll. We just pick a number for our force. Say 12. And then our target position is, just use the player to find out, here. So negative 4.25, negative 11. And I guess this is 4.25, so float target x equals b jump right. Negative 4.25 else 4.25 f. And then vector 3 target pos equals new vector 3 target x negative 11 and implied 0. Okay. And then get our direction. And then we do the jump. Let's see if this works. There's a negative sign there. That definitely was not it. I think the problem here, it is we are using delta y. Is it supposed to be negative? I guess it would be delta. Oh, what happens if I flip this? I imagine it would break. We're just gonna have to debug and see what number is coming out. No, that probably would have been right. Maybe? He just needs... Let's keep that. See what it looks like if we just give him way less force. I wonder... That was roughly correct, but I wonder why... I think it is supposed to be negative delta y. Let's see if that produces better results. Kind of dirtle along the ground there. And that turtle, for some reason, is preventing him from reaching his next state. Let's try it again. Hope he starts at the top. I think it just needs a slightly different... Interesting, maybe... It seems like if he's going down, we do want this negative delta y. But if he's going up... Or if he's going down, we don't, but if he's going up, we do. I guess... What does that mean? So up means target minus origin is positive. Right? And down means it's a negative. So it means we like always want this to be negative, I guess, because in the down case, it was negative, get flipped back over to positive. So maybe we can just say this. I guess because gravity is always down, right? Gravity doesn't care if you got a lead or not. That doesn't seem right, though. It seems like you should care if you're below or above something. I think we'll see. You jump up correctly? I can't argue with the results that this is doing what I want. But it doesn't seem mathematically, I don't get why mathematically. Let me think, why is he like sort of stumbling on the edge on the jump down? That indicates that his arc is not high enough. It's too low of an angle. And to get a higher angle, we need to give him more force so that he cover, because like more force means I have less space to cover vertical distance, so I need a higher arc to accommodate that space. So yeah, we just need to give him a little bit more force, and he should not drag on the bottom like that anymore. So jump down. Say 9.5. Is that enough to make a difference? Also, I feel like there must be some disconnect here between the target I'm using and the ground position, because we're still hitting like this X clamp, right? Which shouldn't be necessary for landing right on the target. mean, I don't think I'm gonna like tear my hair out over this. But let's at least take a quick look. Looks like 2.5 is the like clamp position. And we're targeting like 4 or something. But I feel like if I target 2.5, it seems like I would just jump more, you know? And be clamped even harder. Let's see if that happens. I was mostly right. But yeah, jumping down and just get clamped even harder. Is the Y incorrect, perhaps? -11? No, I mean, that's pretty much where it is here. Oh no, he's at -9, I guess? 9.9? Just because of the size of his hitbox, it's off by 1. I mean, I guess that should make a difference. Say -9.5. No, he's definitely just getting the crap clamped out of him for sure. Is this even working how I expect it to? Let's say, what if we make it something really extreme, like -30.5? What difference do we see? What do I expect to see? It should have a really, really vertical arc. I guess not. I am stumped on why he's being like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Is it the minimum angle, perhaps? Because I know it clamps. So it's possible that with this much force, it is just like literally impossible to jump this distance. I think that's what it is. Let's put it back to 9.5 that it actually is. And then just decrease down its force a bit. It was dragging a bit on 8, I think. 8.5 perhaps, so let's say 8.75. We need to find the sweet spot between not dragging and not overshooting. I mean, at least we're only fiddling with one value though, you know? In the previous implementation, be like, oh, let's adjust the jump arc, or jump direction, and oh, the jump... He is still getting clamped there. Is there space to reduce the force some more? A little bit. Mostly been 8 before. Let's try 8.25. No, it's not. Well, you know, I think this maybe just needs that fork. So add bool b jump from top. Right, because where we have less gravity to rely on, we can do this. But in the case where we need more force, oh, this can't be constant anymore. Yeah, it's still getting clamped a little bit, but I don't think it has enough space to like clip it too much more. We can do a little bit less, but not too much less. But let's we can decrement this a tiny bit. And then we can make him do both his jumps. And also, let's turn up the timer since we're pausing it properly. Let's get him jumping more often just as further testing. Jumps. That looks fine. A little bit more force from the bottom. Yeah, he didn't make it. Yeah, it's fine. Is it fine? Looks like it is broken somehow. Huh. What's going on, my man? Something wrong with this attack timer. Too low, I think. Not being paused somewhere where it should be. Pause true and jump down. Yeah, I don't know what his deal is here. But you know what? We can, let's just let him run again. What we can do, he breaks is, since this is like a finite state machine, we can wait until he breaks. And then in debug inspector, like right now I guess, What state do you think you're in? Or I guess it's not this guy, it would be on the controller. Jump down. Did you ever come out of jump down? Let's run it again while we're watching the state the whole time. Pause. Okay, here's the controller. It's in idle. Idle goes to jump down. Now we're in the post pause. We're walking. That's what I'm looking at, by the way. We're in the pre-pause. We're idle again. We jump down, jump down, jump down. Okay, so we've broken our jump down, is the thing here. Let's get rid of this, it's not being used. And this. Jump down. I guess somehow this is like below a key threshold of some kind, where it makes the jump not actually happen. Maybe it can't overcome like frictional forces or something. It's weird though. Let's keep watching our spider. He's walking. Pre-pause. Idle. Up down. Works. Just pause. Walking. Pre-pause. Idle. Immediately into jump down, which works fine. Wait, why is... Hold on. It is something with the attack timer, I think. Seemed like it was at weird negative values. So here in idle, it's a negative. And then it goes to jump down, but nothing happens. Idle. So I guess I need to see, is his attack timer getting paused in that jump down? It's paused now. Jump down, it's paused. Okay, yeah, so what's happening is it is switching from idle to jump down, but this is not doing anything. Let's just spit some information. think that's all the information we would care about. So let's keep watching our spider state machine and just sort of clear the console of the jumps that are good, and then hopefully end up with just the bad jump and see if the numbers are unexpected. Let's walk in. There. Pause. Alright, he's up. This is usually the problem one. He thinks he's jumping down. Let's see, do these numbers seem correct? So he's jumping down from 13, 1.34. Yeah, I mean, this looks right to me. I wonder why. Again, with the network cut out, you're killing me, OBS. Or I guess my internet is killing me. Anyway, where we left before, we were spitting out some values that seem perfectly normal to me. I guess the only thing that I can think of is this is too small in some way, but I like distinctly remember it working at 825. So something, I messed something up that I do not understand. Maybe are we passing these parameters in the right direction? Top right, yeah, that's what I expect. Okay, now he's up top. But he'll be stuck here forever for some reason. And again, the what's it called? The values seem fine enough. Is not clear to me what is happening here. I guess let's get this. Let's go force mag here. And then say vector 2 force equals dir dot normalized force mag. And then we can do force instead. So we'll get slightly more information. Huh? This is so weird. I feel like I'm getting this inconsistent behavior. Oh, I see why, I see why. This needs to be just force. That regression I understand. Okay, we're back to at least this jump, right? Alright, well, that jump's fine. And he walks across. That jump's fine, but then he's not going to do this jump down. But why? Oh, wait. No. I was going to say, wait a second, it shouldn't be negative, but it should be negative. He's on the right, he needs to move to the left. And the force magnitude seems fine as well. I guess just as an interesting thing, let's just say false all the time. Right? Maybe the force will be wrong, but what we're seeing here is sort of, is there another jump down? No. Yeah. In this specific case, we're up at the top, not jumping. And the only thing I can think of that I changed is that little branch on how much force the jump has, where it is for some reason not working in the top case. Oh, that made no difference. I mean, at least we can say that makes sense. Maybe this is just happening too quick. What if we say jump down here? Guess. What if we... Let's give him... I'm just like... I don't understand why any of these things would break it, but I want to just like go back, like unwind the stack of, okay, what are the last things we did that could mess this up? And the last two things we did were we tried to increase the attack timer to make the jumps happen more frequently to find issues. So I guess mission accomplished in some degree that we have found an issue. But I guess the next thing to roll back would be that attack timer. Yeah, okay. So what I think is happening is, see how he's jumping immediately when he gets up there? Oh, I figured it out. What's happening is, I think, well, I'll double check this in code, but what I suspect is happening is he is starting the timer when he jumps. So by the time that he lands, the timer is pretty much elapsed already. And when we reduce the timer, what we did was we had him cue his next jump, like his jump down, while he's still in the jump up, which just like didn't work. So what the fix would be is, let's confirm that theory of the bug, see if that makes sense. Yeah, so we jump down. So where are we unpausing the attack timer? Right here. Right after jump up, right? So instead of that, we want to, I think, make a delayed action, which is just like an invoke, basically, to just delay for a little bit, a few seconds, that transition from jump up to idle, so that the state change more represents like the reality of where he's currently at. I'm trying to think, is there maybe a good way to conclude he had landed? I guess what we could do, see if this works instead. So he goes to jump up, right? And we don't even check for jump up here. So let's add that check, and sort of a similar thing to here where we care about like a particular X position, right? Which is 8 or 9. And we should just cache that. Because then it's actually based on his position. And it's not like a delay timer that is a proxy for his position. So let's just store away, or we don't even care about the Y, just M target position X, and I guess we should name it even more specifically to prevent confusing my future self. So we're going to say M jump up target position X. Then where we would do jump up, we take this target pos and we say M jump up target position X equals target pos.x, and then we say else if my state is spider state jump up. We will add a similar check here where, yeah, absolute value is fine because we want, you know, left for left, right for right. The center is 0. A lot of helpful assumptions from the center being 0. We can revert this now that we know it was not the cause. So instead of this, we want our abs to be greater than equal to m target position x. And in that case, that's when we do this. We actually, okay, we've landed. Now let's restart that attack timer, which will eventually lead to us jumping back down. So first let's run it and make sure nothing broke from just that. We would still expect it to work. And then the real test would be to turn the attack timer way down, so that it's basically triggering the bug we had for sure before, for sure. So we should take a second here. It seems, as long as he jumps down at some point, it looks like it. But I guess we have messed it up again somehow. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, let's take a look at why. I think maybe I'm worried that if I'm like too precise here, it's just like never gonna hit the target. So let's check if that's the new bug we're hitting, where it will never actually unpause the attack timer because it's just like just shy of whatever the target is. Checking. Absex. Against. And if that's the case, we just need to give him like a little fudge factor. But we'll see. Okay, he's jumping down. Looks fine. That one's fine. That was never broken. Oh, but I guess it's broken now, because we're not seeing our debug printing. Ah, this is why. We go to jump up, then we jump up, but then we're immediately set the state to idle. Now we want this state change to happen here. Okay. Hopefully that fixed it. Let's try again. Alright, good first jump, good first jump. Solid, good enough. Okay, good up jump. Now let's see if we're back to our down jump working. Yes, but he jumped right back down. That makes me think, makes me worried for it actually respecting the timer. It doesn't seem like that's the case. And if I turn down the timer again, it will break. Okay, yeah, so what has happened here is we need to do absolute value against absolute value. Or we just can store that. Let's just absolute it here. Because what was happening there for the immediate jump for the left is because the left is negative 14, like as soon as he jumps, he has a positive absolute value. Positive anything is greater than negative 14, it immediately goes to idle, and then we're back in the problem from before. Okay. Now, are you gonna wait the full, like, 3 seconds? It looks good so far, as long as he jumps. Alright, he made it. I believe we have fixed our problem. I'm gonna let him go through one more cycle. And let's turn up this movement speed, and let's turn down those jump timers to stress it a little bit harder. Looks good to me. Alright. But let's turn this down to, like, it. In theory, even like 0.1 should be fine, but let's do half a second. And then where's this walk speed? That's incredibly slow. 2? Can we, isn't there like M move speed somewhere? Where does this move speed go? Do you have a movement thing, Mr. Spider? Spider. Oh yeah, you have translation movement, I guess. But, huh. It's just doing 2, huh? I'm gonna put it to do here. To do might want to go through actual movement systems, or at least link this to boss, controller, base, movement speed, so it changes with phases if desired. But for now, we can just increase it. And I guess also part of making this just like a stressful test here would be decreasing the pause duration, which is 1.5, let's say 0.75, cut that in half. All right. So we expect, we expect it to just continue working even though we have given the spider a much more stressful set of parameters. Straight down, going across, goes across, looks good, straight back. Alright, I have to pee because I'm just like chugging water, but I think it's a good opportunity because I'm just going to let him run here and see if he gets himself stuck. Because if he can keep going while I'm going for a few minutes, it should be all good. Alright, be right back. Alright, I'm back. And look, the spider did not get stuck. He is still going through his loop. That is great stuff. I mean, like, this has been, like, many minutes now. I feel like if he... Surely he has gotten every, like, permutation of start and destination locations by this point. And I would think, he should be good. At least on this aspect. So yeah, that ended up being fairly substantial. Let's split that out from walls, and let's make that the next thing. I think this actually will be. I mean, should I even say this is going to be easy? What a cursed thing to say. But so basically, when he jumps up, I guess, is when we want that shift. And we probably also want to keep track of our current, like, which one is open. So we'll say private int m current open cubby index. Start at nothing, because at some point we have to pick a random, yeah, this start pos equals start pos. Okay. And let's just start with the teleport. If we want to be fancy, we can alert our position, but we're not going to start with being fancy. So, where is our jump up? Right here. From wherever we call jump up, which is here, we also are going to want to say mwalls. Oh, dang it. Jump up is randomly rolling this, so we are going to have to pass it be target upper level. But then we just take that out here, bring it down here. Be target upper level. And then if we are, let's make that the other one a variable as well. Be jump right. This. Okay. And since I don't want to have to like figure this out again, we're gonna go ahead and functionize that index calculation wherever it is. Right here. So private, I guess it should be near where the indices are defined, which is right here. So here we'll say private int, sort of location to index, and I say bool be upper level, bool be right side, and turn upper level and jump. So this actually would be flipped. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And if this is correct, then that means we are upper right, which is not right. So it was right before where it was reversed. So yeah, upper left, upper right, bottom left. Wait, no. Wait. Right side? Yeah. 3, 2. Okay. Then we can do location index, target upper, be jump right. Cool. And then here, where we'd want to do it again. Well, I guess first we want to put our current index, whatever it's called, index. So we can say mwalls at my current cubby index. We'll get this as wall. Let me say wall dot go, which is game object dot transform dot position is now equal to wall dot pos closed. Then we get our new cubby index, which is location to index. Oh, did you just crash Visual Studio? You good? You good, bro? It did. Oh, Visual Studio. Was I really doing anything that complicated? But I think we've lost nothing. So, you know, whatever. I guess we've lost our place. Where were we? Did Unity crash over there as well? What's going on here? Is our temperature weird? No, it's a normal enough temperature. I don't know, maybe I just closed it by accident. Or maybe debugging was enabled and that like had some connection between Visual Studio and Unity such that when Visual Studio crashed, so did Unity. I don't know, whatever. I don't want to debug someone else's bugs. Alright, so yeah, where we jump up, we're gonna move our cubby index to, we're gonna move that wall to closed, and then we're gonna move our new wall to open. So that is int, or not even, current cubby index is equal to location to something index, and then b target upper level, and b jump right. And then we say, like, we do this again with like new wall. But we go to open instead. Oh, Unity crashing messed up my screen position. Okay. Something crashed though. Wise crashed. That's alright. Let's just refresh. Regenerate Soundbanks. Nope. Let's just let it go without sound. And I'll turn on my music. So he's jumping around well enough. What was his testing? Oh, this. So clearly has a decent, I think there's just one wall needs to be a new wall. I might have to reopen Wise though to, I don't have to uncrash this every time. Maybe, I think I want to set it up instead of this, like this same idea, but do this on jump down. Where is jump down? Might be weird right now with instant, but as long as it like pushes eventually, it'll push the player off, which is fine. Uh-oh. Oh, right, that's just the sound. Actually, you know what would be a better time? is when he lands, because we already know when that is. It's this. And then after this is confirmed, we'll go fix-wise. I'll even fix it now. This behavior seems like it's going roughly how I want. Where the basic intention here is you can stand in a cubby if you want. He'll probably try to bite you if you get too close. So we might have to give more space and like deal with that. But I want to be able to threaten like almost all of the center platform such that you might have to go in the cubby near the spider. But I don't want the other cubbies to be open. The cubbies without the spider are too safe. If that makes sense. But the wall behavior, pretty much what I'm looking for here. Okay, now we're just spawning at. Oh wait. While we're thinking of it, let's fix wise. No, didn't like that. Oh wait, now we're good. Can regenerate sound banks. See if it crashes. Let's pause, enter the gungeon over here. No, still crashing. Failed posting event. Why though? Let's just try reopening Unity. Maybe it got put into some kind of bad state from crashing that first time. Give it another chance. Oh wait, I guess if I regenerated sound banks, maybe I need to also rebuild my addressables. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure I'm... Oh, addressable content build failure. Why? Failed to compile scripts because of this. Oh, it's that dumb utility problem I ran into. I introduced a header that will not build. Now what do we build? Build successful. Dang, still no sound though. What the heck? Unless... Did our spider boss level... Man, why is it so good in theory? And maybe it's just sort of the limitations of... It is on Spider-Bank and stuff. The limitations of my ability and understanding. But it seems like Wise is so finicky that you can get it in like a really solid state. And then just something weird happens and it like no longer works. Alright, we regenerated our sound banks. We have rebuilt our addressables. Sound banks had some warnings, but they weren't anything important. Addressables look like they built correctly. Oh, this is from something else. Let's try it again. Says it should work. Is it this prefab mode? I guess if this hits again... Did it? No? Okay. It failed in a new way. Failed posting event. I don't know, and it's weird that oh, I should fix that ledge grab. But it's weird that is it just the spider? You know, if I go to the B, can you play the B music? Because I still get my jump sounds and stuff, so it's not like Wise is completely messed up. Oh yeah, we get the B music. I like that B particle effect. Well, it must have been so freaking long ago I made that. Yeah, this arena doesn't really fit anymore. And also this difficulty is probably incorrect. Alright, we got him. So yeah, it plays the B music, just not the spider music for some reason. I'm not going to get hung up on it though. As long as it's not crashing me anymore, I'll deal with it at a different time. Yeah, failed posting event. Just trying to think if there's anything else that could be missing. No, I don't know. I don't care. Alright. Yeah, we'll put on Enter the Gungeon and figure it out. Ooh, actually, it's just like thinking about debugging. It's just like the one last thing I am interested in checking is if I go to the Sandbox level, can I play all the music? Can I not play the spider music? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, all the music up to the spider music plays fine. And the spider music plays fine, so... It must be some, like, loading thing. I think it's possible that there's race conditions in my addressable loading, because I just really need to sit down and figure that out. The upside is, when I do figure it out, my understanding is, like, my memory footprint and load time should be improved. But, in the realm of my unfamiliarity where it is right now, it does cause me a lot of headaches. But, yeah, I guess good to know. Back to the spider boss, though. I guess the only other thing to check is... we should get rid of the spam printing from when we were debugging the spider movement. And then once we get rid of all the spam printing, we can check whether or not there's any like interesting messages in chat that could potentially explain why we are not seeing. Oh, interesting. So there is some it's basically saying, hey, oh my god, this I forgot I just think I just clicked that, saved that by accident. God dang it, that's such a, what a dumb way to waste a bunch of time. Yeah, failed to post an event with no name. I wonder why. Let's get the format from B-Boss. Go back to Spider Boss. Rename Was to Spider. Alright, I think that should fix our sound problems. That's the kind of thing I should have checked version control and I could have found probably. Alright, we got our spider music, we're good. But now the next thing is spawning spiders. So we're gonna spawn them up here, I think. That's how we threaten the middle platform. We probably want to duplicate our spiders, or I don't know if we're going to duplicate them, but we need to tell them that to look way below them in terms of dropping down, like more than a typical spider would. So let's find the prefab path here. It looks like it is resources, prefabs, enemies, spider. So then we go over to our spider boss, and we're going to want to cache that. So we'll say private game object m spider, I guess like add. Yeah, I will say m little spider prefab. And then on start, we'll want to get that. Call this wall prefab and go through and update that. And then little spider prefab is a similar thing here, except instead of bosses, we want enemies spelled correctly and spider. Okay. Now, let's have a separate pre-update. We can just throw stuff in for now. Where, let's just say private float m spider spawn timer 0. Private const float k spider spawn frequency. I'll just put freak at, let's say, ½ second, and just like quick proof of concept here. Var go. Oh, I guess we need the right position. Spiders, because of the way they move, very important that they start in a good position. And in this case, that good position would be I guess 7.5 on the Y, and anywhere from, we'll say, 5.5 to 5.5. Okay, 7.5 Y, 5.5. So, float. Spawn Y is 7.5, not 75. Spawn X, random range from -5.5. Come on, kill me. To 5.5. Just put that in a vector. Then we say var go is instantiate and little spider prefab at spawn pos with quaternion identity, and then we go get component. It's like wall follow or something. Yeah, wall follow. And I doubt it will let us mess with this, so we're gonna have to go add a setter or just make it public. Some kind of distance. Yeah. Check M, check Y distance. And then over here we can say, hey, M check Y distance is, I don't know, 15. Like way more. And that should be enough. I don't see no spiders. Why would that be? Oh, we didn't actually do anything, did we? Oh, this should be spawning a spider every frame, and it clearly didn't do that. Oh, we have an error here. we have the wrong spider path. Right, I remember. It's called spider body, because it's just like a composite object where like there's spider body and then its children is like spider graphics. Oh yeah, and it would prove the point, I guess, but we actually don't want this spawning every single frame. So we say spider spawn timer is plus time delta time. And if it's greater than the spider spawn frequency, we do all this junk, except we also set our timer to 0. There are some spiders. But apparently this is not 15. I need something higher than 15. Does it hit me? Oh yeah, they can. Alright, let's turn that up. 25. I really just want it to be like global, basically. Apparently this 25 is also not. It must still be 6. This must not actually be working. Oh, it needs to be in children. I'm like, hey, wait, what are those errors spamming in the console? And the answer is the reason why this distance was not changing, which we were not actually getting the wall follow component, because the wall follow is not on the parent object, it is on the child. One of the children. And yeah, with I guess I want to spin him a random direction as well. But even just half a second, this seems like it could be appropriate, I don't know. I think it would feel a lot less clumpy if I could get him going either direction. Let's just make this public. So you can say, hey, this is basically, do you go in the clockwise or counterclockwise direction? CCW is counterclockwise. But now if we can call this, we can say var WF is this. WF to this, WF dot, and then we say if random.range between 0 and 2 is 0, then WF.flip. So half the guys will go in the other way. I guess this is fine, I think, for keeping you on your toes and keeping the thread up. But I guess I worry if it's just all the time, I can't really turn it on at a particular time when I want to, like, I want to turn it on more. I guess nothing's stopping me from changing these values. But since they have to walk across the top, there's like a delay anyway. Anyway. Oh no, I'm gonna fall out of the world. I think that we can call, oh, I'm gonna... I muted myself to sneeze. It's not really like a fully integrated attack, but we have the basic spiners spawning in. And I think 8:45 here, let's target the same for the projectile spit. And we will resume this boss next week, most likely. Probably right from here. Okay, so we probably can rely on our like existing shooting and arc shot technology here. Sounds so funny you say it like that. I mean, technically that's an accurate statement, but anyway, let's go to that spider prefab. And let's take the time to start splitting this up, I think. So let's add a child object here that's spider boss graphics. And then we will copy over the sprite renderer. We can remove it then. We'll copy over the graphics pause listener. And then copy over health, even though it's not really being used yet. I just find if you ever get to this like really monolithic level of when you get to monolithic levels of I don't know if this is right. Let's get rid of this until we actually have the health. But when you get really ridiculous with the number of components on a single object, it becomes impossible to like find what you're looking for. Also, having graphics as its own child object can have benefits for animation. Because if you just have one mega object, you can't say like move up. Like for example, hovering. I have those like bit balls, right? And where you can get a bunch of coins by breaking them open. And they're doing a slight little hover animation. That would be really like tedious. I mean, not hard, just tedious to do. If they were not parented, right? Because you basically need a little script to say like, okay, let's clock my position on start, find out my start position. Because once I know my start position, I know what slightly above me is and slightly below me is. So it's pretty straightforward to move between those two things. But if I want to just like have it be a part of the animator, I don't think it would be annoying to set up the animator knowing an initial position. So when the animator is acting on the graphics child object, I'm now free to apply little offsets to the visuals without affecting the physics and in local space. So if I say just y equals 1, y equals -1, and I'm oscillating between those two things, that's all I need to do, because the y positions we're talking about are local. So they already take into account that initial position, that parent position. Anyway, I think there's we already have like a pretty decent threat pattern going here. It's just the spiders. I just love how the spiders attack and fall, and I feel like maybe they're slightly underused in the woods just by the nature of like a solid versus one-way platform divide. Anyway, supposed to be adding projectile. What we were testing there was that after affecting the hierarchy of the boss object here by splitting up its pieces, it still behaved. It didn't crash, and it continued behaving as it was before. Okay. So we can also add another thing that's here, that's spider boss attack. Get rid of this, and then add Q shoot or something. Q spawn, shoot target. So we need a couple things. We need a target. You target range acquire that says find me the nearest player health within, I don't know, like a lot, the entire map. And you don't even have to say update to nearest, because maybe we'll skip some computation that way. There's only ever going to be one target. Then we add a timer. This timer is going to be how quickly we shoot. And then we can add our shoot. And then we'll just use some other projectile for now. I think mushroom gravity would be the best match if we're going to give this gravity and use arcs. And then the timer index is 0. Random angle is fine, whatever, and we'll give him 3 shots. We'll say plus or minus 1. And we'll shoot slightly above the player's head. Using a shot speed of, I don't know, like probably something floaty, like 7. We won't bother setting the rotation for now. And that's it. We'll see if he does this. Oh, we have to actually tell him to do it. Oh, well, I guess in this setup, he's just going to do it every second. But apparently not, because some assertion failed. What? What is the failed assertion? Oh. So I put the timer values in wrong. Oh, I just didn't put anything. Okay, yeah. So now I'll shoot every second. But no, he won't. Cause something. I don't know what that something is. Why aren't you shooting, bud? Oh, I need use physics. You can't have it. I should have that assert. Can I do that? Assert not arc shot or use physics. This should be protected so I can check it. Where'd my arc shot go? Here it is. Alright, so either you're not using the arc shot, or if you are using the arc shot, then you have to be using physics. Oh, I'd say like is true or something. Okay, yeah, he's shooting me now. I feel like I need to build in a delay to this. And probably give him some more shot speed to work with. I'll make it bankier in the same way that's how our jump worked. Actually hurt us. Yeah. forgot I can zap those guys and also just dash them. Well, that's interesting though. I mean, I don't want him shooting like this all the time, but in general, I like the combination of factors here where if we have dash break bullets clouding up the area, that will limit our ability to dodge spiders with dashing. It'll call for either items to get spiders from killing us, or if not items, then just straight up dodging. That definitely makes it way too hard immediately. Also, I was feeling like the space was a little claustrophobic, but maybe that's fine. Maybe that's good and appropriate for a spider boss. The one thing I do want to change though is I only want that shooting to be happening when the spider is in a cubby in that idle state. So let's go down to where we're entering our idle state. Here's where we're, I guess, on the way to leave. Yeah, here's where we leave the idle state. So in this case, we're gonna need to get this at the beginning. So we'll say I guess next to rigid body. Private, I guess we want our shooting. Does the shooting have a way to turn it off? No, I guess the timer. Shoot timer. All right. Right now, this is the only timer, but beware if add more timers. And then we can say shoot timer pause true. And then we want to take this, and anytime we pause our attack timer, we also want to pause our shoot timer. So where's that other one? Okay. So same logic will be running, but it'll just be disabled if he's not in his little cubby, or is that's at least our intention. Okay, he jumps down. He's not shooting at us yet. Jumps over. He's shooting? Oh, we have to give him more time. Just go back to 3.5 seconds there so it can shoot at us a little bit. Oh, I guess he won't on the first time. Any bullets? Yeah, a couple. Okay, now let's go mess with, we can probably, now that it's in such a more limited like state, we can turn that way up and make it more random and stuff. So let's go find our spider boss. Maybe make it go a little bit less force, but then more randomness of the angle, and like way more shots, like 6-2. I feel like I need a different thing for him to do sometimes. this alone is close. Probably one more shot speed. He wasn't covering enough of the area. But we're getting close. I just need like an appropriate amount of threat, I mean. Where the idea is, it's like, bam, hit him in the back to hit. You come out like blah blah. Jumps down. Bam. Oh no, I missed. I get hit. And then he escapes. So you can kind of see the fight unfolding, right? Where this would be his back. I guess the last bit would be both giving his body itself collision, or like, so his body can deal damage, and then giving him that bite if you're in front of him. Yeah, so the last little tweak that came to mind we'll do, which is, we can probably make this slightly faster and add some randomness. And then more randomness, more shots, and more power on the shots. And let's leave prefab mode just in case I mess something up. Bam, got him. Or at least that's the idea. Yeah, it's interesting because the way spiders work, you constantly want to be in motion. Because like, when normally like I'm like, oh, I'm safe, I'll stand still. That just gives me a bunch of spiders in a row. I'm not clearing out the spiders. Yeah, some of these patterns might end up being impossible, but yeah, I feel like this is not like early Burrow Boss, where on early Burrow Boss I'm like, wait, does this even really work? Where like early Burrow Boss was before I had really like made the concept of dashing core to the game. And so the idea there was you just had to bonk him on the head. And it was trying to like detect running at him from the side versus hitting him from above, where running at him to the side would hurt you, even if it were a dash, versus going from above would hit him. But I didn't really like how that worked out, and as I made dash more core, like it would be dumb to have him be like the one thing in the entire game who's not hurt by dash, so we had to rework him to be made by dash. But it's a very long way of saying with early Burrow Boss, I knew like this isn't really working. But for a Spider Boss here, I think this combination of elements, it does feel like it's working for me. And I think with some fine-tuning and adding that reactionary attack, this will be in a pretty good spot. I do think there is space for a different kind of cubby attack. I'm not sure what that might be, and we'll probably have more time in the cubbies in general. Maybe you can like surge the spiders up here. Maybe we're not at this level of spawning all the time, but sometimes if he's in the cubby, maybe he yells out and it significantly increases the rate of spider spawning. Let's have this possible cubby attack. Rev up little spider spawning, assuming keeping having them all the time. So that's one possibility, because I think the problem is if he's only shooting at it kind of ruins the idea of the cubby being like a safe-ish zone, like a safe but risky. It's never going to be safe. It's just death in that cubby. Spider walls are meaningless. Maybe that's okay. It is possible that's okay. I do think maybe this is this could be an okay state for this. We'll see when the rest of the mechanics get implemented. But I also think it's a possibility that having a different kind of thing you could do while you're in this cubby that maybe threatens the platform more, and ooh, maybe up from the bottom. Maybe, is that it? Anyway, I fell out of the world. But not actually. See, I actually fell right down here. Safe spot. Another possibility. Spiders up from bottom has benefit of threatening only middle, making current cubby risky safe as intended. Risky safe is a ridiculous word, but oh, and also, you know what? This needs to be capped for sure. They can't just. I mean, I guess in general, they're always going to be in a position where they're falling, but that just means we will rarely hit the cap. You know, if we're really going to hit the cap anyway, what's the harm in putting a cap? We'll add a note about that. Cap spider spawns similar to ASB. Cap can be high, but should exist. I think a decent shot shape. I mean, I can tweak the parameters more, but all right, that is going to be it for. Wait, yeah, what time? Yeah, 9:05. It's a good time to call it. All right. So yeah, where did we start with? We started with just this arena and some buggy spider movement that only played once. And where did we get to? Well, first we made that movement more precise, not perfectly precise to be fair, but more precise, so we did not have to sit there fiddling with values forever. We're actually targeting like discrete positions, so that's great. We ironed out problems in that movement, and we integrated it better into the state machine and boss controller logic overall. And we integrated two different sources of threat for this boss. There's probably still two more to go. The reactionary attack and this other cubby attack that we got to figure out. And once we had those two other attacks, we set up the sort of progression of the fight where you can actually damage the boss, and the boss is hooked into the boss controller's phase system, which sets up the possibility of attacks getting more threatening over time, say spawning more spiders, spawning more projectiles, maybe a bigger hitbox on the spider fang attack. You can imagine possibilities. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for me. More spider boss next week, almost certainly. Yeah, I don't want to give dates because I've just failed all my projected dates. Everything is harder than I expect it to be. But I will say, as an overall progress note, it's really this spider boss and finishing the items, this spider boss, and visual improvements that are the remaining things until we get a public feedback version out there. So when can all those be done? I don't want to say because apparently I don't know from experience. But you know, that is a discrete list of things, and it is shrinking over time. So we'll get there for sure. And if you're sort of following along with the ride here, I much appreciate you. So thanks for tuning in. Check me out on the social medias, Quiet Bench Zen, Twitter, YouTube, itch.io, and have a good night.